Searching for treasures in his soul, fishing for gold. I found a key to unlock the door to my mind's gate, hidden with some hieroglyphs. Told me about my future and my past, and that I should get to like working and get up off my ass. I'm on the path to move the masses, to spiritual tactics. So masters, you bastards, spread it through classes. Live your life.
The veil has lifted the energy, shit that my indigos get that we different. Off the loose, so we tripping, the plasma we sipping. Now the dimensions are dripping. Unless you are different, you won't know the difference, or make a difference, you slipping. You're chasing this chicken, decoding the digits, you know that I stay on my pivot. Your body's the shell, your spirit's the snail, so why are you chasing your tail? They got you so pale, what is that smell? Chemtrails, what you inhale? I feel like evil Knievel. I'ma build we a cathedral for all of my people, so high that they cannot reach you. Power to the people, we are equal. All this evil is deceitful. There was a flood, so this is a sequel. Vibrate so high that they cannot reach you. You are ascended, no more pretending. Merkaba spinning, now the stars are bending. Conscious extending all your comprehension. And not to mention, release all the tension. They want us divided, cause they know united. We will override it. Fifth dimension, we gon' overnight it. Light the flame, baby, let's ignite it. So they can't hide it, nah, they can't hide the light. We blow up like dynamite. Had to kill the old me, cause I ain't want the kind of life. Nah.
Welcome everybody, welcome, Grand Ra Rising, and welcome to Rising with Ra. And I am your sacred host, Sacred Pharaoh of the Space, Marcus aka Christolight. And today we are wrapping up our wonderful Greek god and goddess Olympian week. And we will also be connecting with the Causal Chakra today and Rising with Ra. A little bit later on, the second half of the live, I will briefly touch on what the Causal Chakra is and how it relates to us in our life and why it's beneficial to have it activated and cleared. And to continue like we have on Monday and Wednesday, we will each get to choose our own Greek god or goddess of the Olympians to infuse the properties, characteristics, and energies of into our Causal Chakra self-healing Reiki activation in the second half of the live that will guide us through. As per usual, we begin each Rising with Ra with a collective card reading, and we will be using the Light Language Oracle deck. And on Fridays, something that we started last week is that we pull 3 cards. And 1 card is for Friday, 1 card is for Saturday, and then 1 card is for Sunday. And each of these cards are to give helpful support and insight to the collective energy that is most prevalent and supportive and most resonant for who you are, that is receiving and aligning with this message. The Light Language Oracle is by Chloe Metcalf, and she channels each one of these guides. And each one of these guides brings different benefits, different reminders and messages for each of us And you can connect with these guides in your own space as well. These are all spirit guides that are available and accessible for us. And just want to remind everybody of hydration and making sure that we are drinking water throughout the day, and that we are drinking water in our rising as well, most importantly, to help get our internal organs and other system parts of our body flowing fluidly.
Safe space for those who want to express, learn, and heal. I, Kristen, also known as Holistic_Butterfly, and my partner Marcus, also known as Sacred Light 33, will be present for all sessions. In these sacred containers, we will take part in holding space and facilitating breath play or meditation. In these journeys, we will help you to align your chakras and connect with your higher self. As a beautiful addition, we will receive newly recorded drum music specifically made with the intention for our journeys. This will be lovingly made by a friend, Chuck Wilson. He is a sacred shamanic drum maker and musician. This will take place on the first and third Friday of every month at 7 p.m. EST. To reserve your spot, click the link in bio at holistic_butterfly on Instagram. And if you have any questions, please send an email to Kristen, KRISTEN.Hibbard, HIBBARD @live.ca, with the subject title being Sacred Space Fridays. One love, beautiful souls.
Alright, so we do a overall general collective reading when it comes to these cards. And the first card will be for Friday, second card will be for Saturday, and the third will be for Sunday. It's coming out. Alright, interesting. A few cards that I really have not either pulled or seen in a long time. Alright, so to kick off our collective card reading, which is going to be resonant to today on Friday, we have Intergalactic Mermaid. I'll go ahead and read out the book. This is a deck that I really like to read out of the book of because these guides bring specific energies and messages. Intergalactic Mermaid, Shadow and Solitude. The intergalactic mermaid is quite different to your run-of-the-mill merbeing, as she cannot live in the sunshine. Sunlight causes her skin to dry out, and over hours she will die from dehydration and severe burns. This mermaid once lived on a planet so completely covered in water that only light was from the glowing marks on her skin. Similar to the deep sea creatures of Earth, shortly after her home planet was destroyed for its resources, she and a few of her kind traveled her to our ocean depths to live in the Marina Trench, where the water is volcanically warmed to the perfect temperature. Her message for you today is simple. Have no fear of living deeply, feeling every part of your being. Take comfort in solitude, in shadow, as it holds the secrets of your soul. This is a time for sanctuary and solitude. You don't need to be here for long before it turns into depression. This is a time of deep rest. She asks you to use this time wisely, as it can teach you so many things. Self-love is just one of many lessons that can bring light in the dark. Wonderful, a very simple message, straight to the point. And what comes through me to share intuitively from this card is really utilizing our time wisely, utilizing our space of when we have solitude time and when we have connection, collective time, and really giving respect and honoring the balance of both. And that solitude time can really bring a deeper connection with one's own self, a deeper love for one's own self, being able to know that you are safe and that you are exactly where you need to be and supported, even when in your own space, without connecting with anybody else. And through that, we also have a really open space of not exerting our energy, not exerting our words, not constantly thinking about what to say next with people or receiving from others, just really being in our own space of being. And in that space comes a lot of downloads, a lot of channels, as well as a lot of clarity from your own higher self. And in that space also you get really open opportunity to really do some self-care and take time to rest and rejuvenate without exerting yourself, as well as picking up on other people's energies. So just really the reminder of not being afraid to be alone, and knowing that there is a lot of power and there's a lot of gifts and opportunities that come when we utilize solitude, when we have it. And sometimes we want to take it while we can, because we're not always going to have solitude, especially if we are someone of service, or if we are someone that likes to really get involved in the communities, or we like to help out our family members and those around us. We may not really find much time of solitude. So if we do get it, really try to optimize it and bring that focus inward to your own self and see what you need. See what you could use with this time of solitude, which could be integrating shadows, could be releasing deep fears, it could be doing self-care with a salt bath. Whatever it may be, remember your tools during those moments. So that's all I got for our first card, which is Intergalactic Mermaid, here on this Friday. And last thing I'm also hearing from that card is recognize our cords and recognize our attachments and cycles that we are placing ourselves in. And sometimes we may unconsciously place ourselves into cycles and cords of attachment without really recognizing it. And next, which is going to be our Saturday energy, we are assisted by Aya. And she looks like she is a mermaid as well. A lot of mermaid energy today, or this weekend, I should say. Soul journey, body, mind, and soul healing. Aya teaches you how to love your deepest shadows and brightest light. Self-worth is often one of the biggest challenges in finding your soul path, and we often are faced with it daily. Is the voice in your head telling you that you are imperfect, ugly, fat, too skinny? Asking yourself these things is the first step in healing. Once you learn to accept yourself with love, rather than trying to change because of the negative self-talk, your journey to overall wellness will be more like a romance than a battle. Aya welcomes you on your journey to self-love and authenticity. Return to your soul home, to a place of truth. You may be questioning your authentic self and what you identify as. Let go of what offends your soul. Find out who you are at your core. Take time for deep reflection and allow your true self to emerge. Wow, okay. So, this is really resonant with the last card. And it sounds like this weekend is really a weekend, where we're being supported to really utilize self-time, as well as utilize our solitude and take time to reflect on our shadows. Take time to reflect on our patterns, behaviors, thought patterns, and where we have attachments and cords. And with that, it's going to come deeper wisdom. It's going to come messages and reminders that we need in order to go deeper into our own self, which then goes deeper into our path and into a higher timeline as the reflection and projection from within us. And this is just another reminder. When we're in that solitude, really look at it as an opportunity. Sometimes when we have solitude, we instantly want to jump out of it, or we instantly want to plan and schedule things as soon as we know we have solitude. This is something that we may want to really try to be aware of and keep our consciousness on. Are we eluding from solitude? Are we eluding from spending time with our own self? And with that, we may find some things deeper within us that are keeping us from feeling comfortable, rooted and stable with wanting to spend time with ourselves in solitude. And also, not only is it time to really reflect on your shadows, go deeper within yourself, but it can also be a time where you just really enjoy the things that you enjoy personally to yourself. Inner child play. Maybe playing that favorite game of yours, or watching that favorite show that you really enjoy. So this weekend, take some time to yourself. And when you get the gift of solitude, remember the power and the opportunities that come with it, and what you can do through reflection, as well as self-care, and utilizing your tools to go deeper within yourself. The way I look at solitude is it's almost like an opportunity of acceleration. If you're someone that's highly intuitive and you really like to work on your energy, it can be acceleration, because in that space, you're not occupied by focusing on other people. You're not focusing on receiving and listening to other people, as well as speaking to other people. So then you get all that energy that you'd usually be exerting, or you'd usually be receiving from others, not there. So then you're just in balance, and you're in focus with your own being, in your own space. With that, if you utilize your time wisely and utilize your practices and tools, you could really clear up some things, redivert some patterns, and look at some conscious behaviors to break down and then start bringing into your life and reprogramming. And it's really up to you on how you utilize your space. I know for me personally, when I get solitude, I'm really utilizing that consciously. I'm taking a salt bath, doing a couple of meditations throughout the day if I can. I'm going to do chakra work, as well as enjoy a little bit of dancing or listening to music, playing a video game that I like, or watching a show, or getting into a creation that I haven't had time for. These are all things that I like to do whenever I have solitude, because I really get to focus on exactly what I want to focus on, instead of what I would focus on with others. So just really a reminder, this weekend so far with these cards is utilizing our solitude and recognizing our shadows and going deeper within ourselves when we have this space. And to also recognize, are we trying to elude spending time with ourselves? Are we trying to elude from feeling what we need to feel between our own self and our higher self? And then our Sunday card for the last card of this collective reading is going to be High Priestess Naito.
There was nothing so big that we couldn't work past it together.
What the hell did I know?
Look, there's got to be a way we can work past this, okay? I can't imagine my life without you, you know.
High Priestess Naito, Universal Healer, Planetary Grid, Starseed. Naito is a starseed soul who specializes in overall planet healing. Her message tells of an energy shift occurring on the planet that affects the emotions and behaviors of humanity. If you said, "I can't deal with the world right now," it's likely most of your friends and family are feeling the same way, and the energy changes are having a huge effect on you. On her home planet, Naito is a high priestess dedicated to the healing of her home. She is also responsible for an Australian sector of the Earth's energy healing. Her message is twofold. You are experiencing the effects of the planet's energy healing shifts, or you are responsible for helping the planet through its healing shift at this time. Listen to your soul and ask yourself, which applies to you at this moment? Most importantly, Naito wishes to express her gratitude for your hard work, experiencing the energy, as it is not as easy to transition for any being, especially humanity. Beautiful. What a way to cap off the weekend. And what a trio of guides to help support us this weekend. The first one on Friday today, we have the Intergalactic Mermaid supporting us to dive deep into ourself with solitude and self-time, and to utilize it to integrate our shadows, to integrate the most recent lessons, to as well release anything that's lingering, anything that's been broken open, or any emotions that are at the surface currently. anything that you've kind of been feeling the last couple of days or in the last week, or any knowledge and deep wisdom that you have taken on the last couple of days or last week, this is a really prime time to take solitude, to integrate, as well as finish off releasing and letting go of anything that's been lingering. And then Saturday, we have the mermaid Aya. Reminding us of utilizing that solitude with self-care, as well as acknowledging if we're trying to elude from self-time and self-care, and trying to fill up that space as soon as we know we have self-time. It's a really easy pattern that we can find ourselves in. I know for myself, that is something that I used to do quite a bit. Was as soon as I knew that I had a open space of solitude, I would instantly try to fill it up with another connection or to do something else. And I've really started to balance myself out over time and found a lot of use out of really using my solitude and self-time, especially acknowledging that it's not going to always come around, especially when you have to take care of a family, you have a partnership, you're serving a collective, you're working a job. All these different things are things that are very ongoing in our lives. So when we get solitude, really big reminder of ground yourself out, get rooted, and just really see what that solitude space has for you between you and your own higher self, and see what type of things you can use to help bring yourself into a deeper balance. And then lastly, High Priestess Nato on Sunday, reminding us that we are connected to the collective planetary grid. A lot of us are grid workers. A lot of us go into the fourth dimension and do grid work. A lot of us do physical grid work. Whatever it may be, this is just a reminder that we are affecting and are affected by the collective conscious grid. And by utilizing Friday and Saturday's energies of solitude, shadow integration, lesson integration, releasing anything that's lingering, as well as self-care and inner child play in your own solitude space, these are things that are actually going deeper than we may realize on the physical surface. These type of activities and behaviors can lead to planetary grid shifting, not only for ourselves, but for our generational bloodline, the collective, and future generations. So the guys are really just asking, please utilize your solitude. Utilize the time that you get for self-care and self-time. As there's always time to connect with others, there's always time to give our energy out, as well as receive from others, as it's really important in the balance. And after a while, if we don't use solitude with ourselves, it can become foreign to us to spend time with our own self. And it can feel weird, and we'll try to avoid it sometimes. And last thing with the Sunday card is the deeper we go in these different things that we've spoken on, the more we're able to make a change, the more we're able to be a ripple, not only in our energetic field, but for the planetary grid. And it'll also assist us in what we're feeling and what we're shifting through by going at these self-care practices. So that's our collective card reading for the weekend. Friday is Intergalactic Mermaid. Saturday is Aya the Mermaid. And Sunday, High Priestess Nato. And last thing I'm also hearing from Mermaid Aya is you can only go as high, you can only ascend as far deep as you'll go into your shadows, or as deep as you will get rooted. A lot of times we try to ascend and grow, but we're not going deep. We're not getting to the roots. We're not stabilizing ourselves. In order to stabilize ourselves, we got to acknowledge our lower chakras. We got to acknowledge our experiences from the past that need to be released. We need to acknowledge our behaviors that are no longer serving, the pains of the past, the traumas, the limited beliefs, all these different things from the past that are keeping us from being stable, at peace, and rooted to our physical reality in order for us to blossom and truly ascend as high as we wish to ascend. And this can cause headaches, this can cause imbalances, this can cause anxiety, depression, scatteredness, and a lot of other things if we are not balancing out our rootedness with our ascension. And that is our collective card reading for this weekend. So here in just a moment, we will be navigating into the second half of our live here on Rising with Ra. And we will be doing our last day of Greek god and goddess Olympian energy. And I will read off the 12 Olympians and the 2 elders again for you guys. And you may choose and think about which god or goddess you would like to have the energies of to help activate and cleanse your Causal Chakra. And here in a moment, I will briefly describe the Causal Chakra for you. And I just want to give thanks to the guides, give thanks to the space, give thanks to all of you as well. Appreciate your guys' support and unconditional love. I know some of us may be feeling a little bit of heaviness around our crown area and third eye. Some good practices and techniques that you can utilize to release that heaviness is you can use Sage or Palo Santo and selenite and swipe a couple inches in front of the top of your head and your third eye. And it's also beneficial as well to open up your root chakra through some root chakra practices, so then those energies can start to trickle down. Sometimes what that is that we're getting a lot of integration and downloads up in our crown area, and our other chakras are not opened up, specifically our root. So it gets kind of stuck up there and clogged up. And then when we open up our root chakra, it creates like a funnel. And then it's able to start funneling down and integrating throughout our being. And you can also do Earth Star chakra activating as well, which you guys can find in my last Rising with Ra back on Wednesday. And the replay is on Instagram, here Sacred Light 33, and it's also on my YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. It is Marcus, aka Christolight, here at Sacred Light, and I'm presenting to you my Sacred Light services that are available currently. I am currently offering Reiki, chakra alignment and empowerment, intuitive life guidance, soul origin galactic therapy meditation sessions, as well as sacred oracle readings. These are all services that I'm divinely offering and have available to you any day of the week. You may contact me through my email, which is marcustut23@gmail.com, through Facebook at Christolight Robbins, or through Instagram at SacredLight33. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me at any of those contacts, and I will give you the best answer I can to help you get clarity upon what could best suit you on your journey. And we can book a session whenever you're ready. Wholeness, balance, love, vibrations. All right. So let's go ahead and take a few minutes to take a break. Grab some water, use the restroom, grab some crystals, maybe sage yourself, whatever you'd like to do. And then we will be back and move into our Causal Chakra, self-healing Reiki. All right, we are back. We are back. Alrighty, so the 12 Greek gods and goddesses of Olympus. And you just want to keep in mind that you're going to choose one or however many of these Greek god and goddesses. And just a reminder, like I did back in the beginning, is these are just all aspects of energy and different archetypal descriptions and creative ways of mentally connecting to different aspects of our own energy as being a part of the infinite all. These are not beings to worship or place above yourself. They are just reminders and reflections of our own self. Alright, so number 1 we have Zeus, and he is the god of the sky, lightning and thunder, law and order, as well as justice. Number 2, we have Poseidon, and he is the god of all water, earthquakes, tsunamis. Number 3, we have Hera, who is the goddess and the queen of Mount Olympus, and she is the goddess of women, childbirth, marriage, and family. Number 4, we have the goddess of wisdom, Athena, and she is also the goddess of knowledge, reason, intelligence, science, literature, handcrafts, as well as defense and strategic warfare. Number 5, we have Ares, the god of war, violence, bloodshed, and masculinity. Number 6, we have Artemis, the goddess of hunting, archery, purity, and virginity, childbirth, protection, plagues, and the moon. Number 7, we have Apollo, the god of the sun. He is the god of the light, sun, prophecy, philosophy, truth, inspiration, arts, poetry, music, medicine, healing, and the play. Number 8, we have Aphrodite, the goddess of love, pleasure, desire, passion, beauty, procreation, and fertility of the human body. Number 9, we have Demeter, the goddess of fertility and productivity, harvest, agriculture, the environment, seasons, and nature. Number 10, we have Hermes, the messenger. He is the messenger between the gods and man, or the higher dimensions to the lower dimensions. And he's also a traveler, as well as the tradesman. Number 11, we have Hephaestus. He is the blacksmith of the gods. He created the weapons and equipment. Number 12, we have Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, festivity, ecstasy, madness, and resurrection. And then we have two elders of all the gods. Hades, the god of the underworld. He is the guardian of the underworld, the god of the dead, and he guards the in-between to help navigate the dead to the living. Then Hestia, she is the original goddess of all the Greek gods, and she is the oldest, even older than Zeus. So just go ahead and think about and ponder on which one of those you'd like to intertwine with your Causal Chakra. And then for all of you, the Causal Chakra, its traits and characteristics is, it is the energy center point where we receive our downloads, and then the downloads from our higher self get dumped into our crown chakra. So it's that connection point between the crown chakra and our higher self. It is also the energy center where we're able to access perception of the higher picture or step into observer mode. And this is also where we're able to access calmness, angelic white light calmness. So that tranquil, angelic, zen-like feeling, that is where that comes from, is from an active causal chakra. And this is also the energy center where you really want to work deeply on limited belief systems, old patterns, and where we attract the same experiences in repetition. And lastly, this is where our self-grief is also held. So the causal really ties in with the card reading that we just had. So the causal chakra is something that you may want to put some focus into this weekend when being in your solitude, to look at your patterns, to look at the limited beliefs, as well expand into observer mode to see higher perspectives of what you've been perceiving. And for anybody out there, if you're someone that's really interested in the chakras and you would like to learn fully in depth the ins and outs of the chakras, as well as what it looks like when your chakra is blocked or overactivated, and different tools, strategies, and practices that you can utilize to activate and clear each chakra, that is something that I offer through my one-on-one services called Chakra Empowerment. Just feel free to reach out to me. It's only $33 and it's about an hour session, and I give you the full details about the chakra, identifying your own blocks in your life, overactivations, and how to navigate with balancing and activating that chakra. And you get to choose the chakra of your choice. And to cap it all off, I also send you a personalized affirmation chakra audio that you get to have at your own time to listen to, with me doing affirmations with the frequency that resonates with that chakra. And feel free to share in the comments, either here on this live, on the replay, or on YouTube, the Greek god or goddess of the Olympians that you chose today for your causal chakra activation, and maybe a brief description on why. And it looks like we have Apollo, as he resonates with my personality and boosting my gifts and intuition. Wonderful choice. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to choose Athena's energy, the goddess of wisdom, to connect and activate with my causal chakra today. You know, with it being said that the causal is the home for our connection of drawing in higher wisdom and higher knowledge, as well as being able to look into a higher picture, being able to recalibrate our limited belief systems, our old patterns, as well as our repetition of what we are attracting. So yeah, Athena is perfect to me in what resonates, as she is the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, reason, intelligence, science, literature, defense, and strategic warfare. Oh, we got another Athena as well. And really, there's no right or wrong on what you choose, of course. You can definitely find different reasons for different ones to be integrated into that chakra. But more than anything, it's just about having fun, expanding our creativity, and embracing these different aspects and the different translations of gods and goddesses and beings that we have created through our own minds. Alright, and some crystals that you can use for your causal chakra opalite, moonstone, angel aura quartz, any other regular quartz. And those are really all you have. Selenite's also a good one. And today I'm actually going to be utilizing one of my personal favorites, my Lemurian quartz crystal. All right, so go ahead and get comfortable, either sitting or lying down. And if you're sitting, we want to try to have our back up straight. So this helps our spine flow with our life force energy. If we're laying down, we want to have our legs straight and not crossed, so we are not blocking the flow of energy in and out of the soles of our feet. And then we want to relax our shoulders, dropping them down to the side, releasing tension, maybe even tucking our elbows into our rib area, and just dropping our arms and letting go. And then next, navigating to our breath, we'll be breathing in through the nose, expanding our diaphragm, consciously drawing the breath down the body, then patiently drawing it back up and exhaling out of the mouth. Patiently, intimately, and consciously focusing in on this breath pattern throughout the session, as this will be our balance and our center point to help release more smoothly, as well as create more space in receiving healing divine light. Continue to breathe for a bit. And then we want to take our crystal, if we have a crystal, hold it in our left hand. We want to cup our fingers together, remembering that the palms of our hands are minor chakras, and this is where Reiki energy flows in and out of our hands. And Reiki energy is this universal light. And then we're going to take our left hand and place it on the back of our head. Then we're going to take our right hand and place it on top of our left hand on the back of our head. Try to relax your shoulders as much as you can still, and try to have that back straight. And you may feel sensations, you may feel energy flowing, as this is the connection to your Causal Chakra, as well as the Reiki and the crystal. And in this moment, you may think about any patterns, limited beliefs, non-serving ideals, any self-grief that is no longer serving that you wish to release. And breathe as support to release it out of your Causal Chakra. Continuing to breathe, and this time navigating the breath after you breathe in directly to the back of the head instead of the body, to the Causal Chakra. And then breathe out what you wish to release. Breathing to the back of the head and release. Continuing this pattern. Now consciously visualizing the Greek god or goddess, bringing support, sharing her energy or his energy, and allowing it to flow and be received at the Causal Chakra. You may repeat this affirmation out loud or inside your own mind at your own will. I affirm that I am acknowledging the limited beliefs, the stagnant energy, the self-pity, as well as any patterns that I am having trouble with and wish to break free and release from my being. I am letting go as they no longer serve to create new space for unconditional love and light. Cashapp. Let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths to the Causal Chakra. And maybe on your last breath, maybe thinking about a new belief pattern or a new integration that you would like to install into your programming. And one more big deep breath. Alright. And when you're ready, returning back to your physical avatar, your physical reality. Opening the eyes, moving around the body. Maybe even give a little shake to shake off any debris. Maybe turn the neck a little bit. Give the head a little shake. Shake off any programs, beliefs that aren't serving. And just a reminder of the breath, remembering to consciously breathe throughout the day. remembering to take moments of deep breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. Remembering when we're feeling imbalanced, when we're feeling ungrounded, to take a moment to take a breath. And for everybody out there, you can catch this collective card reading for the weekend here on Rising with Ra. And the first half of this live, which will be saved on the replay, Sacred Light 33, as well as uploaded onto my YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, and that will be uploaded by tonight or tomorrow morning. And the collective card reading really goes hand in hand with the Causal Chakra activation we just did, talking about utilizing solitude, diving deeper into our shadows in order to be able to ascend higher. We have to go deeper into our roots, acknowledging the power of solitude and what we can accomplish when we're focused on ourselves and our self-care, to tapping in, tuning in to our intuition and higher self when we're in solitude, as well as utilizing that space and time to reprogram ourselves, to dissolve limited belief systems, to break down patterns that are no longer serving, and start integrating new patterns and reprogramming. The Causal Chakra is the primary chakra for these focuses when it comes to our being. So this is like a kickstart in this live space to that. This is a jump start for you in support to really continue to build off of this and utilize the knowledge, the wisdom, and the tools that were just laid out to you in this live, and the reminders as well. And thank you all for being here. You know, it's a great honor to hold this space, to be the sacred host, the sacred pharaoh of Rising with Ra. And I'm really grateful. Just really grateful to be here, to be able to be a medium, to be a vessel for our higher selves to interact, as well as our ancestors. And I want to wish you all a beautiful weekend, beautiful balanced weekend, remembering our balance of self-care and solitude with our output, creative energy, and collective community connection. Whatever that balance may be for you, we all have our own authentic balance. And that's why we gotta know thyself. Know the aspects of our being, our signs, our life path resonance. And we will know even more, naturally, what resonates best for ourselves. If you guys want to learn more about the chakras in depth, just reach out, as that is a one-on-one service I provide. And lastly, announcement this Sunday, there will be a live taking place with myself and my partner, Queen Holistic Butterfly, as we will be releasing our first Sacred Butterfly Academy program, which is a 7-week program. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be Sunday, either in the afternoon or evening. That flyer will be up today. So keep your eyes out, stay aligned, tap in, and I'll see you guys Sunday. And then I'll see you guys Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern for Rising with Ra, as we will be going into the Soul Star Chakra, and we will be kicking off our Archangel Week, as we will be connecting with the Archangels next week. Wholeness, balance, love, vibrations. Have a blessed weekend.